What player is likely come to the Lions in free agency? Per Bleacher Report, we're going to get into it, as well as 3 teams that could potentially trade up to the second pick in the draft. What would the compensation be? As well as Aubrey Pleasant. Could he be the next defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings? And Aaron Glenn status with the Detroit Lions. But before we get into this video, if you think it'd be a really good idea while you're driving down the road and you have a pizza box sitting next to you and it fumbles over, and you decide to go ahead and try to grab it while driving, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because we talk all things Detroit Lions and news and rumors, as sometimes you can break some bones. Also, make sure you go ahead and throw that like button on the floor as well. Let's get that thing cracked up. Let's get into today's Lions rumors.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
Aubrey Pleasant. Could he be the next defensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings? Could he be leaving the Detroit Lions as our secondary's defensive backs coach? It is very possible, and honestly, it probably will happen. He is a fantastic coach for the Detroit Lions. Did a phenomenal job with the defensive backs regarding all the injuries, regarding Jerry Jacobs, regarding moving Will Harris from safety to cornerback. Melifonwu, we just seen a big-time progression from these players under his work. And we all knew that he is a fire candidate to potentially be a defensive coordinator at some point. As a matter of fact, if Aaron Glenn was going to go to another team, it was likely that he would become our defensive coordinator. But guess what? Aaron Glenn is staying. Minnesota Vikings requested an interview. And Jeff Risdon says, a little birdie says, he looks like he has the job. That would be fantastic for him in his career opportunity, and would be a massive loss for the Detroit Lions. Also, if you're talking about comp picks, you're not going to get a comp pick for a secondaries coach to become a coordinator. You got to become a head coach or a general manager, and it has to be with 2 years of the franchise. Let me know in the comment section, do you want Aubrey Pleasant to get the job for the Minnesota Vikings? Why for yes and for no? You may say this is a stupid question. Well, if you're a fan of the coach, him getting promoted is always a good thing. But if you're a fan of him with the Detroit Lions, you don't want to see him go anywhere else but Detroit, and especially the Minnesota Vikings. Let me know why for yes and for no. Folks, Aaron Glenn returns to the Detroit Lions as the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator, as unfortunately for him, he didn't get any job offers from other teams. New Orleans Saints got their guy. But hey, that's fantastic news for the Detroit Lions fans, because Aaron Glenn is a G. He has done a phenomenal job with this defense. Former head coach Matt Patricia, terrible, supposedly a defensive guru. He destroyed our defense. He turned it into frickin' a joke cupcakes. Aaron Glenn comes in. Mass injuries, mass sickness, mass everything bad going along with the player and personnel. He comes in and makes this defense relevant. Done a fantastic job for the Lions. And he stays with us. I am so happy for this up-and-coming season. With that said, I'm going to keep telling you guys this. If he replicates any success like he did this last season, Aaron Glenn will be a head coach this up-and-coming 2023 season when teams start firing coaches. He would have to be high on the list. The Detroit Lions are developing coaches. This is something that we've not seen in many years, and you're seeing these guys do great work. Aaron Glenn is one of those guys, and it's only a matter of time. But I am so happy he's back with us. I'm so happy he gets to work with the players that we got, and I cannot wait to see how this defense looks in 2022. Now, Mel Kiper Jr. and Todd McShay do a podcast every week where they talk about the NFL draft, and I actually seen this through Spirit of Detroit podcast. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel. I generally watch this show, but this one slipped, but thanks to him, I got to see it. in this show, Mel Kiper Jr. and Todd McShay were talking about how they believe Kayvon Thibodeaux is going to slip. Todd McShay and Mel Kiper were at the Senior Bowl. They talked to many head coaches and scouts and GMs, and their feeling is that Kayvon Thibodeaux is not a lock to go 1 or 2. He could potentially fall out of the top 5, maybe go to a team with the 7th pick. That was their conclusion. This has massive ramifications because, as we know, the Detroit Lions were linked to either Kayvon Thibodeaux or Aidan Hutchinson, obviously, considering we're sitting at 2. With that said, though, this is time to lie season. All personnel in the NFL start lying about prospects. Why? So they can make sure they can get the player that they want. So take it with a grain of salt. With that said, if we've seen the production of Kayvon Thibodeaux and compared to Aidan Hutchinson and other prospects at the edge position, I can understand this concept of him potentially falling. And it's all about what teams want, what they're going to draft. So everything in the rumor mill is flying around when it comes to Kayvon Thibodeaux. Make sure to smash that like button. Let's get to 300 likes in this video. The more likes we get, the more chance that we can get this video out there. Per FanNation All Lions, they have 3 teams that they believe could trade up for the Detroit Lions' 2nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. Now, they did not put the compensation on there. I did that. And I wanted to give you an idea potentially what it could look like. First, the most unlikely team, in my opinion, is actually the Carolina Panthers here. They don't have a whole lot of draft picks in this year's draft, but they were a team named, so I'm going to give you what I think it could be. So if they get the 2nd pick, the Detroit Lions would get the 6th pick in this draft, as well as the 4th round pick and a 1st round pick in 2023. They don't have a whole lot of draft picks, so you would have to pick next year to get that help. I think this is extremely unlikely. They could sit there. They're probably going to get a quarterback. There's no reason to jump up to get a quarterback. Now, the 2 likelier teams potentially to trade up, the Philadelphia Eagles. Maybe they want to get an Aidan Hutchinson or a Kayvon Thibodeaux, or they're wanting to get another position, and they feel they have to go to number 2. So if they get the 2nd pick, I had on here the Detroit Lions get pick 15 and 16, and a 2nd round pick, 51st overall. That equals to the amount of points for the draft point simulation, and what they use for calculations is generally really close there. We're talking within a few points. I thought that would be a decent scenario. So you would have 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks in this up-and-coming draft. You could be able to replenish a lot of bad roster that we currently have with 5 potential starters, and that would be good. But you're giving up getting a blue-chip player for maybe like a Drake London, or if you're wanting to go another wide receiver and a linebacker, if a Nakobe Dean or Devin Lloyd falls there, that's what you're looking at. Here is the trade scenario I did for the New York Giants. I actually did this in a mock draft. The Lions get the 5th pick and the 7th pick, and the Giants get pick 2 in round 3, pick 66 of the Detroit Lions. I think this would be a pretty good trade in my opinion. You've seen my mock draft, what you can do with that. You can get a safety, you can get your defensive end, and you still have a 1st round pick, 31 to 32 from the Rams, and you're only giving up the 1st, 3rd round pick. You would have a lot of talent on this team. You're getting blue chip players, plural, and you're getting a quality starter. So I think that this would be a really good trade for the Detroit Lions, and the Giants love to get pass rushers, so this one actually is possible, just depending if that's the route these teams would like to go. Folks, are you following me on Twitter? If you are not, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I keep my DMs open. I am generally on there more than majority of social media platforms, so go ahead and follow me. Hit me up. Right now I'm at 732 followers. The goal by this week is to get to 750. Follow me on Twitter. Hit me up. Per Bleacher Report, the Detroit Lions' most likely free agent pickup is Marcus Williams, safety out of the New Orleans Saints, and I concur with this assessment here. Obviously, the connections that we have from the New Orleans Saints Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn. We'll wait on Aubrey Pleasant if he decides to get the job with the Minnesota Vikings. And we need help at safety. Marcus Williams makes sense. We don't know what's going on with the New Orleans Saints. They could be in peril. They're $75 million over the cap. Bring in Marcus Williams. Whether you keep Tracy Walker or not, that is a definite upgrade at the safety position. Really help out the Detroit Lions. I would approve this message. I can't wait in about a month when free agency starts and we can see the upgrade take place. And make sure you're on my channel. I am contemplating going live for free agency tampering period. So let me know if that's a good idea in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Should the Detroit Lions get Marcus Williams? Should they get another free agent in free agency? Blow up the comment section with your answer. Man, oh man, so many news, so many rumors going around for Detroit Lions. Yesterday, we got Ben Johnson. He is now the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, promoted from the tight ends. Broke the news really quick. That's why you got to hit that notification bell. Obviously, if Aubrey Pleasant gets the defensive coordinator job for the Minnesota Vikings, I will talk about that in a video. Everything Detroit Lions, this is what this channel is all about. We got videos dropping every single day. Tomorrow, I have a video dropping, as well as Thursday, the One Pride podcast. We talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. If you got questions, throw it in the comment section, and you don't even have to be a Lions fan to do so. You can talk about your team. We are all about having fun, answering questions. Friday, video dropping. Saturday, we also got the mailbag segment for your questions. If they're good questions, I will post them on a video.